Hi, I'm Andrew Morrow, and I'm here at GP Detroit, the Modern Grand Prix, and I'm playing Mono White Hate Bears in Modern. Mono White Hate Bears is similar to Death and Taxes in the fact of the colors and some of the cards that it runs, but Mono White Hate Bears is just, obviously just Hate Bears. You got Leonin Arbiters for your pod matchups, and your Aven Mindcensors for your pod matchup also. This hinders them searching their library and slows them down a couple turns. Now, the difference between Death and Taxes is Death and Taxes runs Flicker Wisps and Mangaras. I'm running Imposing Sovereigns and Mirran Crusaders. Imposing Sovereign I wanted to try out for the Splinter Twin matchup, so I figured I'd try it in the main. I didn't really have any other card I liked, so I figured that would be a good wing it kind of card. Mirran Crusader is very good against the Malaria pod matchups because they can't Abrupt Decay and or block it because of the pro green and black, which makes it very good and very hard for that deck to deal with. Another couple key cards in that matchup is Fiend Hunter. That disrupts their Persist guys. If they go turn 3 Kitchen Finks or turn 4 Murderous Redcap, you can get rid of the guy without actually giving them value off their birthing pods, or same with Path to Exile. That is the premium removal spell in this deck. Path is very good against all the pod decks and twin decks, which was what I was aiming to beat this weekend. It's also just a very good removal spell because not a lot of decks in this format are running basic lands. So I showed you some of the cards. By far the best card in this deck is Aether Vial. It is very good against the blue-white-red decks, which is a very tough matchup. They run Electrolyze, which kills most of the time 2-for-1s us. However, we have a game plan against them. We also have 2 Sword of Fire and Ices and 1 Sword of War and Peace to protect us against Electrickeries. It's a very good card. I've been very happy with those, especially with the suited up Mirran Crusader. Sword of Fire and Ice and Mirran Crusader are quite the combo. So that's kind of like the twin birthing pod blue-white-red matchups. Against Tron, we have 3 Tectonic Edges and 4 Ghost Quarters, which is very good at keeping them kind of at a disadvantage early game, where their power is they can turn 3 a Karn. If you can keep them off that, most of the time with Ghost Quarter and Leonin Arbiter, they can't really do much throughout the game. So that's pretty much the 4 basic matchups I wanted to try and beat this weekend was Twin, Pod, Tron, and Blue-White-Red, which are all very good decks. Now sideboard, we have Spellskites for our Boggle matchup and Infect matchup. We have a very bad Boggles and Infect matchups because we're only running 4 Path, and 4 Path doesn't do anything against Boggles. Spellskite's the only real answer you have to Boggles. Infect is a little better matchup because you can target their guys with Path to Exile, and Spellskite makes that matchup even better. Next card in the sideboard is we have Sword of War and Peace, which is also another blue-white-red card. We side that in to deal with Restoration Angels, Electrolyze, a Johnny Vengeance. The card's very good, and I've been very impressed with it. I also side in Stonecloakers in the blue-white-red and Malaria pod matchup. Stonecloaker deals with their Persist characters, their Persist creatures, and Stonecloaker also deals with Snapcaster Mage flashbacks and saves your guy from an Electrickery or a situation you didn't plan for. Next cards in our sideboard is we have Kataki, War's Wage. Kataki is very good hoser against Affinity. Hates them out pretty single-handedly. If you land a turn 2 Kataki, they can't really win or stabilize. Kataki's very good. I've been very impressed with that. Also, to go with our Infinity matchup, we have Leonin Relic-Warder. This card's very good. Deals with any problematic artifacts or enchantments. You bring it in against the Boggle matchup, Affinity matchup, any matchup that has Spellskite. I've sideboarded that guy in against Infect a couple times to deal with Pith and Needle or Spellskite. It's a very good card. And then our last card is to deal with Pyroclasm, is the Forge-Tender. Forge-Tender is very good against the blue-white red decks. Also, I side that guy in, and I side in him against Pyroclasm decks such as Splinter Twin, the red-green Tron deck, just anything that has Pyroclasm, I side him in against. He's a very good card. Just any red-based decks. That's pretty much my deck.